Hope no one's watching this. So,
There's actually a man there.
the next one will be hello, my name's Emily, and you're watching Mondo Chelloveck movies.
Hi, my name's Emily, and you're watching Mondo Chelloveck. I can't even say it. Wait, say it again.
Mondo Chelloveck movies.
Mondo Chelloveck movies.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Emily, and you're watching Mondo Chelloveck movies.
Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be what I picked up in the town today. I went to town this morning with the Debs, and she went for some shopping, and I obviously just had to take a dive into HMV and CEX. I only picked up one thing from HMV today, which was a CD. The rest of the stuff I got from 4K.
Where's me ladders?
And also the rest of the stuff I got from CEX. But first off, I'd like to give a shout out to Paul. I was at Newcastle yesterday, and Paul came up to me in CEX and said, are you making YouTube videos? And I said, yeah. He said, are you Mondo Chelloveck movies? I said, yeah. So and then I had a bit of a chat, and I just want to say thanks for Paul for coming up to me, and also it was great to hear that Paul said that he had got some stuff on the recommendations he'd got from things I've been talking about, like the AGFA 101 titles and some of the Arrow stuff. He said he was really into his Arrow stuff, and you've got a few recommendations from that. And it's great to get feedback from that, especially from the person themselves. So I just want to say a big thank you to Paul for coming up. So hopefully I can bump into Paul again in the future, and we can have a bit of a better chat, because the shop was quite packed. But I just want to say to Paul, thanks very much for that positive feedback you gave me. I really do appreciate it. Speaking of positive feedback, I just want to give a quick mention about the video I put out the other day about social anxiety. Now, the response I've had to that has been quite overwhelming. It's just exceeded everything that I thought of would happen. And I just want you to know that I'm reading all the comments, and I'm replying to them, but I'm taking my time with them, and there's quite a lot of them there, but I will get around to them, and I will go through them and reply to them, because I've received some really amazing comments on there. And as I was talking about in my video, that this does affect a lot of people, and it's great for people to sort of come forward, share their experiences, and I'm getting surprised at actually some people who are doing that. And I'm thinking, wow, if from the videos, I would have never thought that. And some people said on my videos, I would have never thought this of you. And I think it's great to open this dialogue, and I will probably do another follow-up video somewhere down the line. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been involved with that. I'll leave a link down to that video down below. Please take a look at it if you haven't seen it. But if anybody asks me what is my video that I'm most proud of on YouTube, it would be hands down that video. It worked for me, and it was great. It was a great feeling to do that, to put it out and have it out and have it shared, and everybody can look at it. And there's no hiding when you do that, which is great. And I think that I can feel like sometimes in my life I have been hiding. So once again, thanks very much. I really, really appreciate it, and it's just an amazing experience to have done it. So from HMV, I got on CD the first album by Tindersticks. Now, what I've been doing is I'm really into this band, which is funny because I really like one song by them, which I heard years ago, and I've always wanted to get that song. Now, I thought I had it on a CD somewhere, and I cannot find it, although I'm sure it's somewhere in a compilation CD. But it's eluding us at this point. Of course, when you go to find the album that song's on, you can't find it because it's out of print. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to that video down below. It's called No More Affairs. I'll put a link down to that so you can hear what Tindersticks sound like. Now, Tindersticks are a great band. The nearest I can say is they're a little bit like Nick Cave. And the singer, he does sort of sing, but it's very much like a mumble. That sounds a bit strange, but he's really good. I think he's a great singer, but it's a quite acquired taste for the vocals on here. But this here is the first album. It's got all the first albums, so it's got demos of the first album. So this is, and I've flicked it on. I've had a flick through the album itself, which I did have on cassette. I did get it out of the library. Can you imagine that? You used to go to the library and used to get CDs, cassettes, even videos, and used to rent them and then take them back to the library. So I did have this album out years ago when it first came out. I'm going to say early 90s, And to be honest, I didn't really like it, and I think I was a little bit too young for it. I was more into like fast punk music. This is nowhere near like that, as you'll see from the link I'm leaving down below. But I think you'll find that it's a really good album and a really good music. And this, from flicking through and having a little look at it, there's some songs here that really stand out, and I will be getting more of their stuff. So this is the first album I've got from them. But for $9.99 for sort of like a double album, you can't go wrong. That's Tindersticks. So as I mentioned before, I was actually in Newcastle yesterday as well. I spent a good 8 hours there, and there's going to be a video about that coming up next week, so look out for that one. It's really good. But today I went back because, like I say, Deborah wanted some stuff, and I followed along, and well, what do you think I did? I had to go to CEX and HMV. So I went to both CEXs in Newcastle today, and I was looking for movies that would fit in the slipcase that I've got recently. So this one jumped out at me for £2. It is The Fantastic Four. Now I do like this movie, and I think this is a decent movie. It's far from being rubbish, and I do know that it's obviously getting rebooted, but I do have a sort of affection for this movie. So I've checked all these movies out, and I'll tell you what quality I think of it. I think this comes across like quite an old Blu-ray, if that makes sense. It's nice, but it's not this type of Blu-ray you will get these days. I think that the way that the master Blu-rays these days can make a Blu-ray look exceptional. It's good, but it's not one that you would call like mind-blowing. But it's good enough to get a good watch out of it. I mean, this movie isn't one that I would ever think about getting on 4K, but this is a good movie to have to watch it, because I do like to watch these movies. I will have to get the second one. So of course, from Michael Hewitt, I got the slipcover for it. So I thought, as soon as these movies come onto slips, I'll get the slips and put them on. So there you go. So there's the slipcover for Fantastic Four. Now, it's good that you get two different pictures on there, don't you? And the slipcover is in, mint condition and look great on the shelf. But I mean, that's a lovely looking slip, and it sort of elevates this release from being something you would just find cheap in a charity shop or CEX to quite a nice looking release. And so I want to say a big thank you again to Michael Hewitt for sending me across these slipcovers. So that's a big shout out to Michael Hewitt for sending me these slipcovers, and they do look exceptional. It's a lovely slipcover, that. So that's the Fantastic Four. So next up, I saw this movie during lockdown, and me and the Deb saw it, and we had a great time. This movie, we didn't think we would like it. We thought it'd be all right, be average one sort of like time watch, but we had a really good time with it. Now, to be honest, it comes across like a bit of like a stalker movie. And for £3, I got Unhinged. Now, this is a great performance from Russell Crowe. Now, I think Russell Crowe is a great actor, and I think he's made some great films, but also he's made some very forgettable films in my eyes. He doesn't hit it home for me every single time, but this one here was much like a return to form. And so I put it on, checked a bit of it out just to see what it looked like, and the picture quality on here is absolutely brilliant. It's one of those Blu-rays that come out like these days, and they really are nice. And you would actually, at some points, you could say, I put this 4K on this, and you could probably pass for a 4K or a very sort of like, it's like the picture quality is dead sharp, which I love about these movies. And for £3, you kind of, if a 4K came out, I don't think I feel like I need to upgrade to a 4K of this one, if there is one out. But this movie is very watchable, and I just like that this character played by Russell Crowe is so relentless, mean-spirited and everything. And yes, if the lady had just said thank you or made him give a courtesy wave to him, this whole thing would have been avoided, maybe. But it's a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, I do urge you to see it. It's got some great sort of action in it, and some great violence, for want of a better word. So highly recommended, and a great picture quality. That's Unhinged. Next up is a movie I hear a lot of people talking about, and I've had my eye on it for quite a while. It's always been a little bit expensive, but for £5 I couldn't pass this up. It is The Hunt. Now, this is an Arrow Academy release, and the fact is that everybody says that this, when you're talking on live streams or you're just talking to people in general, they say you've got to see this movie. And I do like Mads Mikkelsen, I think his name is. I think he's a really good actor, and I like him in everything he's done. This is a Danish film, I believe, and but I don't really know too much about it. I think it might be a bit of a revenge movie. For £5, you can't pass that up. So that's one that's quite up on me massive to watch list. That's The Hunt. Next up is a movie I've been looking at quite a few times. It's one of those movie titles, and it is New Order. Now, for £6, you can't go wrong with this. The stickers don't seem like they want to come off. I'll have to be a job for my special lighter fuel trick. So not that I like doing that, especially not in slipcovers, but it's either that or leave the sort of residue one. So I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to give a quick blast in with that, and that should be right as rain. Now these movies are really intriguing to me. This one here, I'll read you the blurb and see what you think. New Order is a gripping action thriller from acclaimed writer-director Michael Franco, set in contemporary Mexico City. It follows the dramatic events that unfurl after a lavish, high society wedding is interrupted by a violent, nationwide uprising. Winner of the 2020 Venice Film Festival Grand Jury Prize. This is a shocking and provocative filmmaking that dares us not to look away. So that sounds very intriguing. Now I put this on, and as with the other film that I got, Border, it looks absolutely sensational. This could easily pass for a 4K, as Border could. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what this company does. I don't know if this company are people who actually do master these movies. Like I say, I know they're an online streaming service, or you've got an online streaming version of the movie titles. I just think that whatever they do with these movies, they look absolutely sensational. The pictures are so sharp. The colours in here are really nice as well. And I don't know how they do it. I really do think that I'll see. I don't think there's every movie I'm going to collect in this range. I don't know how many there are. But I do know when I see these with a slip, these are definitely going to go in the collection. I'll watch them. If I don't like them, I can easily get rid of them. But I do know that this type of movie, this like a world cinema, I'm a big fan of that. Many people don't know that about this, but I've always been a big fan of world cinema. And yeah, so this is another one that's high on the list. I keep saying it, but I will get around to this because this and Border have intrigued me in the shop, and I picked them up quite a few times. And for £6, I cannot let this one go. I'm up for all the other ones that I see to a certain extent. So that's New Order. So lastly is a movie here that it's one of those ones where people say, I've got this movie, but I've never watched it. I've had it on DVD, never watched it. I've had it on DVD special edition box set and never watched it. I've had it on Blu Ray and never watched it. I was going to go for the Blu Ray special edition and never watched it. Here it is on 4K. I have watched little bits of it, don't get us wrong, it's not as I've never seen a frame of it. So this movie's been on my radar forever, but it's one of the ones where I picked up and sold as more than any other movie, and it is Citizen Kane. Right, so why did I get it? That's what you're all asking yourself, if you are. And, well, it's on 4K. I do know that the 4K isn't exceptional because they can't find the original negatives, so it's the best they can make of it. But for £22, this is such an amazing set, and it is in mint condition, which is not something you can say very often about CEX. Everything about it is in pristine condition. Now, I'll get into it and tell you what is inside it. It comes in this huge hard box. So that's box ticked. Also inside, here is the movie in a slipcase. Can you believe it? Sometimes you can't get this with a slipcase. Here it is in a box, in a slipcase. Now that's what you call the pinnacle of when they release something. I do know that I didn't expect it to be. I thought it would just be in a plain box. But to get it in the slipcover, when she put the slipcover, the girl, I said, "Oh, this is shaping up to be amazing." Anyway, so you get that. You get two discs. You get the Blu Ray and you get the 4K. Also in here, you get all of this stuff. You get this lavish booklet with it's amazing. And all the sets I've got, the Citizen Kane, you always get some good bump with it. And I do know that I always look through this stuff. And I do know that this movie is a sort of masterpiece when it comes to cinematography. The stuff that they did in here for the first time is like something that was never done before in 1941. So there's all that about it. And you get this big, like I say, this big booklet in perfect condition. And you also get this wallet. Now the wallet here, you get that in the back. It's a nice touch. bit of embossing there, sorry, spot glossing. There is this booklet, this wallet. In the wallet you get some art cards, a lot of art cards, nice big art cards. You could easily frame these. Now you do get something on the back of this. Not on all of them, you get them about half of them. So that's that one. I mean, these are really nice. I remember that being in a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs, that cover. So half of this I've never seen before. I do know there's a lot of it's a very well presented movie in the way of like stuff that you get to sort of promote the film. It must have been well promoted back in the day. I don't know if it was a hit back in the day. I think a lot of people just didn't understand it. I'm very intrigued as to if I can get my head around this movie at this point in my life. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but this is going to be the time when I'm going to actually sit down and say, right, I am going to watch Citizen Kane. Because a lot of people say it's the best, one of the best movies ever made. Is it? It might not be. It might not be to my taste, but I think I will be able to appreciate the sort of technical side of it, which I hear is meant to be on another level. So that's the art cards. Also, you get a double-sided poster. The poster is not too big actually, but it's big enough. So that makes sense. That's one side. That's the other side. You also get this booklet here, which is the selling of Citizen Kane. This booklet displays some of the marketing materials produced for the 1941 original release. I don't know if these were in the other editions that I had. I'm not too sure. I can't remember seeing half of this stuff. That's nice. Also as well, you get in here, you get this, which is another booklet, which goes through, it's got some text in here. So this is, I remember that picture. So yeah, so it's got everything you could want for this release. So there you go, this is one spectacular release. Look absolutely brilliant on the shelf. Now, the picture quality here, I wasn't expecting much, if I'm honest, and I think that this picture quality was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Obviously the print is pristine. There is some grain in it, but not too much. The real star in here is the HDR. The black levels in this movie are sensational. There's some details when there's like wet pavements and wet cobblestones. You can see everything in this this picture. Obviously it's black and white, and I don't know, it's just it really comes to life. I would say facial features aren't that sharp. I think they're quite they haven't got a sharpness that you would expect, because some of these black and white movies that are done in 4K are ultra sharp, which is one of the best things about it. No doubt if they ever do find the original negatives, then that could be something that could sort of put right. But for the moment, this is definitely the best it's ever looked, and I've seen it on DVD, I've seen it on Blu-ray as well. So I've got a good kind of idea what this movie looks like, although I've never watched it fully or understood it. But this one here is going to be the definitive version for me. If I do like it, then it's great. I've got this amazing edition. So recently I've hovered over this 4K quite a few times. I've never hovered over the box set, but for £22 you cannot go wrong with this, especially in this condition. It's absolutely just mint condition. So I'll tell you, when I've watched this, I'll tell you what my thoughts are on it. I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. I will think it will be a technical masterpiece. Let's see if I understand it or enjoy the movie. That's yet to be seen. So thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
It's good.